Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 6, I believe Episode 5. That's what I wrote in the description anyways. If I'm wrong, I'll change it after. So how is everybody this wonderful Sunday evening? I just came online, so I will wait for a few viewers. But as you can see, one of the most important and worst things going on in the world right now is the war in Ukraine, Russia taking over Ukraine, which nobody in the world besides Putin and his goons agree with. So let's all say a prayer for them and send positive energy to Ukraine and anyone else who's affected by the war. It's scary times, but I try not to ever take anything for granted, so I'm not surprised that we could come to a war. That is what I said when we talked about COVID, is how people were like thinking it was the worst thing in the world, but it's like, settle down, it's not a war. So now some people will see that there can be worse things than COVID. And even still, because it's not at your front door, lots of people, unless they're in Ukraine or have someone that they know from Ukraine, then they're not going to get it still, how important and how, sad this is. Where I'm from in the Canadian prairies, there's a lot of people, the prairies in Canada was settled, besides the Indigenous, who are Indigenous to that area. The settlers that came were a lot from Eastern European descent, so there's a lot of Ukrainians on the prairies where I'm from. So it would be their, what they would call the old world, the old country. So, again, for anybody of Ukrainian descent or the people in Ukraine right now, I'm saying prayers and sending positive energy to them. So, yes, what else can we talk about today? I have a seriously bad headache and I don't know why, but I've had a really good week. I have, okay, let me think. So, as I told you guys, Monday I had to take my car in for an MOT, which is like its yearly inspection to make sure it's roadworthy. I'm just going to take this out of my hair because it was just I put my hair half up like that so that these curls dry and kind of get like some volume. And then I put the second half down so that it dries and gets volume. But one of the reasons I'm a few minutes late is because I waited too long to get everything ready. Actually, we were out today. I was out in the garden for a bit, but then me and Steve ran to B&Q, which is like the hardware store, to look at some stains so we have the oak doors, but we're redoing the stairs, and they're wood, so Steve's stripping them and sanding them, but we were trying to find a stain that would make it look like oak so that it would go with the doors a bit, to see if we could get the look where it wouldn't be too mismatched from the doors, or if we have to replace the wood on the stairs as well. So I was out today for that. So anyways, I took too long getting ready. I don't know what this headache's from, but I did do my workout already, so that's good. So I won't have to do that after. And I was gonna, I didn't know what I was gonna wear today, but I knew that I wanted to be comfy and casual. So I got my slippers on and just some leggings because, like I said, I've already done my workout, and then I just want to chill after I'm done. None of Steve's mates can make it out tonight, so he's not going out to play cards, so he is home and watching football and stuff up in our room, so I can visit with him after as well. Okay, so Monday I did the MOT on my car. Tuesday I donated blood, and that all went fine. Sorry, I'm just making it, it just seems a bit too light. So Tuesday I donated blood, and I'm really happy to have done that for the first time in a long time, and my first time in the UK donating blood. Wednesday I had a very special visitor. My best friend here in the UK, Samantha, came over for a visit, and although Danielle, her almost 4-year-old, was at the childminders, I didn't want to say like, yay, she's not here, that's great, because I love seeing her and I miss her. And, I have great times with Danielle as well, but it was really nice that me and Samantha got to have an adult visit without kids bugging us. I mean, she did bring Tyla, and Tyla and Erica hung out, but they're, 13, 14. They don't hang out with their moms unless we make them. But yeah, so me and Samantha had a really good visit on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, even though it's still chilly outside, the sun was shining, so I was out in the garden. And then Saturday and Sunday, I tried to be out in the garden because the sun was out again, especially today. The sun was out like all day. It was still chilly, but then, like I said, so I didn't get as much done in the garden yesterday and today because I had other things to do as well. But me and Steve went to B&Q today, so, but I still, any time in the garden and any time in the sunshine is lovely. And if you can hear the dog snoring, that is what it is. Yes, she's lying on her bed over there, so she is snoring. How is everyone? I think I'm just going to bring the camera in a little bit more. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's a bit better. So, how are you guys? I finished reading the book that, It's Your Funeral. I finished reading that book. It was a quick, easy read. It's got everything from planning your funeral, planning your obituary, planning your, what do you call it, like the headstone, to everything. And if you believe in an afterlife or in haunting and being a ghost, you can even write in there what you're gonna do, what if there's an afterlife, and if you can come back and haunt people, what signs are you gonna try and give them when you come back. I finished reading that, and now I'm reading the one that I talked about last week called, what was it called? Close to the Light or something, and it's about children's near-death experiences. So I'm partway through that already and enjoying it. The good thing is that when I do the cross trainer, I've made it, I told you guys this, where I hooked up like an arm thing where it holds my phone, and I can read and have my glasses on, which is kind of annoying while you're working out to have like sweaty, and at least they don't fog up. But yeah, I'm reading my book while I'm working out on the cross trainer, so that's nice. Getting in some reading almost every day as well. So tell me something interesting, anybody who's watching this live. What have you done this week? What are you doing coming up this week? Or, I mean, it's going to be March on Tuesday, so that is exciting. And like I said, it's still chilly outside. And in a lot of places, I know in Canada you guys probably still have snow, but here in the UK, make sure you don't tidy your garden too soon, because a lot of bugs and invertebrates and stuff are still living in the fallen leaves and the stems of dried plants and everything else until there's no more freezing nights. So just don't be too quick to clean up all the garden stuff. Just, you know, I'm just working on sections. I'm doing like sidewalks and different things that, and leaving the corners where lots of leaves are for later. But what else? Yes, I'm very excited for spring. So Tuesday is Shrove Tuesday for anybody who's Catholic or Christian. And Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. So that tells me Easter's coming. Whether you're religious or not, Easter will be here before you know it. And that is also 40 days of Lent for anybody who's Catholic or Christian that does the 40 days of Lent, or if you just like to challenge yourself. What you do for Lent is you find something that is a challenge to give up, and you give it up for 40 days. So there is some other versions to it that I've heard. I've heard that you can have it on weekends, or you can have it on Sunday or something, but I like to just give something up for 40 days. So I haven't thought of anything yet. But at least I haven't forgot about Lent, so I have until Tuesday to think of something. I have given up pop quite a few times for Lent, and it is difficult, and then I get like caffeine headaches, but then I drink disgusting coffee, just get rid of the headache. Or you can buy what do you call it? Like Tylenol, but I'm trying to remember what, paracetamol, that's what it is. Tylenol is a name brand. So paracetamol with caffeine that you can take, or I drink coffee just to get rid of the caffeine headaches. And so, like I said, it is difficult to give up pop for 40 days, but not impossible, and I have done it quite a few times. So I'm not sure if that's what I'll give up for Lent. But so my husband and my love, Steve, was sweet enough to print this off for me for today. I was going to order a flag from Amazon and didn't have time, but I wanted this to be a focus of my life, because with our freedom and me being able to do this and cross, visit with people from across the world and my family and everything else, it's not something I want to take for granted when there's people in Ukraine and other parts of the world that are going through a war, and how easily our freedom can be taken away from us. So whilst I get to chat with you guys, this is still a focus. So I'm keeping up with the news every day, trying to find out you know, what the next steps are with Russia. And it's just really sad. Like I said in the beginning, nobody wants this war. Even the Russians don't want this war. It's only Putin and his goons that are for this. So it's very sad. Yeah, the fern that's fluffy right back here is actually one of the ones from the upstairs bathroom that I snuck down for looking nice for my live. And when I did the little cartoon Bitmoji, I have a blue shirt like this, except it's like more tight and fitted on the cartoon, and then I made like black marks on it so that it like matched. But this is actually, I tied this in the back with a elastic, like a hair elastic, because it's like really, like even the sleeves are, I don't know if you can see, like they're way, this shirt is way too big. So it is going to the warehouse when I'm done my live, but at least I got to wear it and it's cute and it's different than I would normally wear. I don't usually do animal prints, but you know, I have quite a few things from Jackie that are animal prints, so I will be wearing them once in a while on my lives. So again, tell me anything in the comments. How has your week been? What's going on? Is it still snowing on the prairies or in Ontario or whoever's watching? Let me think what's coming up this week. So we haven't really heard from the electricians or Fred the joiner, so I'm not sure that anybody's going to be here this week. I think they avoided last week, or they're working on other jobs because the kids were on term break, so they weren't home. I mean, the kids were all home for term break for the last week, so you wouldn't want to be working whilst kids are, you know, while the house is full. So the kids are going back to school tomorrow, so that would be great if they started work again on the house this week. Melody says she's going good. I think she meant doing good, but that is great to hear. Sam, I see you're watching. Good evening, Lisa. Hello, Sam. If I remember correctly, you have COVID right now, so that's not fun. I hope you're feeling well and better if you were feeling rough before. Yeah, so Melody says, did house cleaning and been playing board and card games with the boys. That's fun and nice, and that is something on my agenda to do more of, is spend time with the family more. And I know it's so addicting for me to get out in the garden. I can't believe, like, I've spent all these days out in the garden. It's so nice, though. I am addicted, and I love being out there. And there'll be rainy days, but it's just so nice to get back outside. Melody says, taught the boys Nerds. Nerds is a game that we played growing up. It's similar to Solitaire, but you play against each other, and it's just like a really, really fun game, and you can have as many players as you want, and it makes it more fun. But for as many players as there are, there's another deck of cards added to it. So I haven't played Nerds in a very long time. Maybe I will teach my kids that. Sam says, yes, I'm doing good. Thank you. Little tired. Hope you and Steve are well. Yes, we're doing well. Yep, nothing to complain about here. So me and Steve both forgot that on the 23rd this last week was another anniversary for us. It's not the one that we really celebrate for our wedding, but it is the legal one where we actually legally got married. And yeah, but it was a few days later when I'm like, oh yeah, happy anniversary to that one. So him and I still need to go out for some kind of dinner date to celebrate our anniversary, like the one where we celebrated and had a wedding with all the guests and everything, and that was January 27th, the day after his birthday. So yeah, I'll try and plan something for him and I to go out. Today was one of my first days going out into a shop with no mask on, and it was only because I forgot it in the car. And well, I had one in my bag anyways, in my handbag. I always have more, but it was in, like I said, it was in the hardware store. And so in Canada and America, you guys have like Home Depots. Here it's B&Q, but it's like huge. It's a really big one, so there's barely any people in it. And yeah, we weren't really near anyone. So had I felt like we were in... Sorry, I just shut off my Wi-Fi so I would get better signal. Yeah, so I was saying, had I felt that I was in a situation that was close contact with a lot of people and stuff, I would have put my mask on, because I'm not totally feeling confident yet about, yeah, all of this COVID stuff. It's still going around, so I'm still going to take precautions. However, saying that, it is, like I said, I got my dates wrong last week when I was talking about days and how many days until, because in my head, I keep thinking 30 days, but there's only 28 days in February. So it is on March 10th I am going to Blue October, one of my favorite bands, and I'm so excited. I'm going with my stepson Owen, and I hope he'll enjoy himself, but I introduced him to the band, so he didn't know the band before, and he just started listening to them. But I am really, really excited about that, but it'll be my first event since COVID, and I'm a bit nervous about that, but I'm so excited as well. I know that they're not as popular as like some bands, so it's not the biggest venue, but I wonder still how many tickets have been sold for it and how crowded it will be in that venue. I don't know. Hang on a second, sorry, my phone says it's at 20%. Sorry, I was just making sure that my phone is charging. It says it's charging, but it also said it was at 20%. If we go to 10%, then we know it's not charging, and that will be very dangerous for my live. So, oh, I didn't put my Apple Watch back on after my shower, so I have no idea what time it is, and I'll have to poke the live one to see how long I've been live, but I know I'm nowhere near the time yet, so. Yes, oh, I was talking about, okay, so March 10th, Blue October, which I told you guys about last week, and then March 30th, me and Steve are going to see the comedian Jason Manford, who is one of his very favorite people in the world. That is exciting. And then April 2nd is his daughter, my stepdaughter Amy's wedding. So out of our 6 kids, this is the first one to get married. So that is coming up soon and quick and exciting, and none of us, and when I say none of us, I don't mean Amy and James, I mean none of me and Steve and Thomas and the 3 girls know what we're wearing. Oh, do you want to know a secret? Okay, so Thomas still has me and Steve blocked on Facebook. That's fine. It's since he was a kid. Like, it just has to do with, you know, that it doesn't bother me, because if our relationship's good in real life, then I don't care what our social life is like on social media. And it has to do with his biological mom and stuff too. So anyways, but I want to tell you guys something. So I know that he won't be watching this because he doesn't watch us. And Steve might be checking in with this because Steve's not going out to cards tonight, but that's fine because me and Steve have a sneaky thing. So he had a conversation a few days ago with Thomas, and it made him think about a few things. And I had a dream last night that I thought that it was time for Thomas to be able to get a dog. Thomas is 20. He'll be 21 in October. But it's not that. Obviously, as an adult, he would be able to get a dog, but it's because it's our home. And I just really don't want a puppy or the mess and more responsibility. And even though he's older and it would be his dog, we know how kids are. So, but I had a dream last night about him having a dog. And then when me and Steve talked today, we agreed that it's probably a sign from the universe, and I feel like it's time. So when I'm done my live, I am going to let him know that me and his dad have decided that he's allowed to get a dog now. Now, he is looking to move out on his own, but who knows when that will happen. If it happens, that's great. He can take the dog with him. But if it doesn't, this gives him some companionship and something, you know, new in his life. So, you know, he's been working hard. He's been working at his dad's work. He goes to work pretty much every day and no complaints, and he saved his money, and he went to New York for, you know, like 2 weeks, and he's being really, really responsible. So we both just, because we had these signs at the same time, we really feel like it's the universe telling us that it's time for Thomas to be able to get a dog. So you guys know before he does, but like I said, there's no chance I'll be watching this. So I will, me and Steve will be telling him that after the live. I just didn't have time before the live because, as I explained, I was busy getting ready and stuff. So that's very exciting. So Erica's made dinner a few nights. She made pasta with like tomato soup or something on yesterday, and then she wanted to make pasta again today, so she made pasta tuna bake today for supper. So she's 13 and making dinners. That's pretty awesome. If only the other kids would feel the inspiration to do that as well. That would save a lot of work on my part. I don't know what else to tell you guys that's really exciting. Let's see if I have anything coming up this week. I don't know, but if the sun's shining, I'm going to try and be out in the garden. But obviously there's housework that needs to get done as well. I mean, the house isn't that bad, but it's a maintenance thing, right? It doesn't ever end, like laundry, right? Laundry never ends. Just when you think you're caught up, you realize nobody's emptied their laundry hampers in a while, so then it all has to get dumped back into the laundry room and you start again. And yes, I could get the kids to do their own laundry, but they're messy. Then they clog up and they don't get the stuff out of the washer or dryer, and then everything's disorganized, and I'd rather just do it myself so it stays organized and flowing. I might get them to change a load for me, but they need to do, keep it flowing, keep it, it goes, if it's on the floor or in a bag on the floor, anywhere down, then it's dirty. And then it goes to the washing machine, and then it goes to the dryer, and when you take it out of the dryer, you put it on top, because I have a board on top of the washer and dryer. That's folding, and then it goes into the bags that are on the shelf, bags or baskets on the shelf, and then that's the system. So if they can keep it going like that, then they're welcome to do laundry. Nice to see you as well, Deanna. I hope you're doing well. Yes, all my Ontario people. I was talking to my friend Meg. Was it on here? Was it through the comments? It might have been. Yeah, I think it might have been last week. And I can't wait to go to Ontario and see everyone again. So next time Steve and Jackie are doing a retreat in Ontario, once things get back to what we call sort of normal, then I will definitely be jumping on the plane and going to Ontario as well. Yeah. So, but until then, I'm so grateful for technology and how I can keep in contact with everybody all over the world. I have a friend who lives in Australia, and I even have a friend who lives in Saudi Arabia. And yes, there's and Deanna says, I would love to see you all again. Yes, I know it's exciting to even think of the prospect of being back there. When I went to Ontario, right from the beginning, the first time there, I just felt like I had family there, and going to the retreats was the first place that I ever felt like I fit in. Like I just felt like I found my people, my tribe. So it was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again. I just keep wanting to look at my watch. Not because I don't love you guys and I have somewhere else to be, but just because it's just habit. Because, it's a rambling hour and I need to ramble, but I don't have my watch. So if I hear anybody come down the stairs or whatever, then I might get them to bring it to me. Although, actually, if Steve pops in and he hears me say that, but I don't know when he's watching or when he's not, because it doesn't always tell me, so. Okay, and Deanna says, I felt the same way. About the retreats, is what she's referring to. Just feeling like she found her tribe and her people. I met Deanna on the retreat, and I believe... Deanna, what year did I meet you? Did I meet you on the third retreat, like in 2014? Or did I meet you before that? Anyways, I met Deanna through the Feathers Retreats in Ontario. And her last name used to be Furlong from her last marriage, which was cool because me and, Steve is a Furlong and I became a Furlong through marriage. But what happens when you get a divorce? You do not keep the name usually from some people do, some people don't. So Deanna says 2014. Yeah, I believe that is true. That was so I went to 3. I missed their first one that they did because I didn't even know about it or them in 2011. But I went 2012, 2013, and 2014. 2014 is the last one I went to, and that's where I believe I met you, Deanna, and that's when me and Steve realized we had feelings for each other, and that is the last one that I went to because within 6 months of the retreat, I was in the UK, and Steve went back for the retreat, but it's quite expensive to fly from here to Canada, and at the time the kids were still young and it just didn't suit for me to go. But now that the kids are older, once Steve goes to Ontario for the retreats, like I said, I'm on my way as well. Samantha says, hello. Hello, Samantha. I already told everyone how we had a lovely visit on Wednesday, and I miss you, and it's never enough time. Our kids, Tyla and Erica, always, the visits, they never last long enough. It's never enough time, and that's how I feel with Samantha too, that it's never enough time that we visit. Deanna says, yes, I remember watching your relationship start. Yeah, I know, it's so weird. Steve showed me this thing that came up, and it was, it showed that on the 26th, that's when he saw it on his Facebook. And on the 26th, we had posted how we got legally married on the 23rd. So we had posted videos of our legal marriage. And then on the so that was 4 years ago. And then it said your memories, And then 9 years ago, it showed this thing that about manifesting and cosmic ordering. And, pay attention because the things the universe is always trying to give you signs, and before you know it, things will change, and blah, blah, blah. It said all this stuff that was like, so seeing our wedding, and then 9 years before on that same date, Steve was putting into the universe about life changing and everything else was really cool. So he manifested, you know, and now we're married. And Samantha said, oh, we did. It was lovely. Yes, a lovely visit. What else? I don't know what I'm going to eat for dinner. I'm not having the tuna pasta bake, but Deanna said that is awesome, referring to the story I just told, I'm assuming. So I don't know where my mom is today. She doesn't seem to be on here but she can always watch it later. So yes. What else is happening? Me and Steve are talking about taking the family on holiday. We don't know where we want to go or when we want to go, but I said if I get my button gear and maybe stop snacking so much, I might even look good. Well, I know anybody can look good. There's not a bikini body. As long as you're happy with yourself and you know you're confident, then you look good. But it would be putting in all this work, being healthy and working out. It would be nice to like the way I look in a bathing suit. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. I just want to look nice for me. So Melody says, I'm eating homemade vegetable soup. Oh yeah, I mean, okay, for 2 reasons. Like Amy is using like the tin cans that you pop the lids off. She's using them as a thing for her wedding. So we need to save those cans. But also I have so much soup, I really need to eat more soup. So Melody, I think I want to eat, I have a tomato chorizo soup that I might have. So chorizo is like a spicy sausage like pepperoni, and it's really yummy. So maybe I'll have that tomato chorizo can of soup after I'm done my life. I'm eating homemade. Read that. Samantha said, ooh, let me know when we go. Well, Samantha, actually, we talked about that too, like if we wanted to go back to Turkey because we loved it so much there. But we haven't completely decided when and where we want to go. Now that the world is getting back to sort of normal regarding COVID. But, you know, there's always that war going on. So, not good. My legs are like really hurting. You know, sometimes I think that whatever's wrong with my legs that I've talked about, like the arthritis or whatever it is, that my legs ache. And the only thing that helps them is heat. So I have a heating blanket on my bed, which is really annoying when I'm already too hot when I'm sleeping, but I need the heat to go directly into my legs to stop hurting. So I'll go through these phases where I think, oh, I don't have the leg pain anymore. Maybe it's gone. And then it comes back. But it does seem to be that the warmer weather, the warmer months, it doesn't bother me as much in my legs. But so it does have something to do with the chilly, damp weather and the pain in my legs. Samantha, oh, hang on, that just skipped. Samantha said, we go to Turkey the end of May during the school holidays, hint. Well, send that to Steve, because I'll probably forget to tell him, but yeah, that would be cool to go at the same time, because I've never got, okay, first of all, I never really went on huge, like overseas, I mean, not overseas, but like, so I went to New York, after I had 2 kids, but like family holidays and things like that as an adult with my children, and because I didn't bring the kids to New York, I didn't really do family holidays like this until Steve. So let alone going with someone. Like me and Steve talked about that if we wanted to go like on a couple's weekend, but you know, it's you really gotta, if you're gonna go on a couple's holiday with another couple, you really gotta make sure it's the right couple, because you know it could really be a negative experience as well, from what I hear. Again, I haven't done that either. So I will tell Steve, I will try and remember to tell Steve the end of May is when you guys go to Turkey. For those of you who don't know, Samantha's parents own a house in Turkey, and Turkey is one of mine and even Steve's favorite family trips. And there's nothing to complain about. We love the people, we love the weather, we love the environment, just everything about it. It was wonderful. So I would definitely return to Turkey more than once. Lots of times when I'm doing my live, I'm thinking about what I have to do next, and like I said, I already did my workout, so I don't need to I don't need to worry about that, but I am thinking about food, so I should have ate before, so I wasn't thinking about the food. And now I'm thinking about the soup. And then I'm thinking, oh, soup is good, but will it fill me up? Should I add anything to it? Don't know. I made a bunch of chili and froze chili, so Samantha asked if I have much planned this week. Well, I said if it's sunny, I'm going to be in the garden just tidying up and doing things like that, but not like I don't have anything specifically planned. It's not like last week where I had to get the car in and then I had to donate blood and visit with my best friend and all that stuff, but I guess I have to go grocery shopping, so I need to do that one of the days. Like usually I do grocery shopping on Tuesday, but I might go tomorrow. And then besides that, it's just all the regular house maintenance and stuff that needs to be done. Waiting for the builders and the electricians to get their butts back here and get stuff done. Melody says, love pot barley and rice in soup. Yeah, but I have some bags of rice. Like, I don't feel like cooking anything, so barley takes a long time. And I don't even want to wait the 10 minutes for rice. Sky says, any specific meal you miss from Canada? Hi, Sky. I haven't seen you and talked to you in a long time, so I hope you're doing well. Actually, the funny thing is, there's this group that's on Facebook. It's called What the Forks for Dinner. And I'm in that group, and I see what people post, and just like, was it today or yesterday? I think it was even today. And I went on there, and somebody posted bannock and stew. And obviously I eat stew here, but I just, as soon as I saw the bannock and stew, I wrote under there, I miss Canada. So there is things I miss there, and the thing is that here I have to like learn to make them. So because there's such a Ukrainian influence on the prairies, I miss like pierogies and cabbage rolls and stuff like that. But I also miss like A&W, and I miss Wendy's, and what else? Taco Time. I miss Taco Time so much. What else do I miss food-wise? Obviously my mom's cooking, because she makes everything wonderful. But I also see why I can maintain a smaller weight here than I could in Canada, because I would eat too much in Canada. And Sky says, thank you, doing very well. That is great to hear. And Samantha says, Mom and Nan both make stew and dumplings. Yes, that sounds yummy too. So for those of you who don't know, bannock is like a indigenous bread. And one of my favorite things when I was a kid, like you can put bannock, the dough, you can put it on a stick and roast it over the fire. Oh, you know what? See, this is what I said, like, Sky, now, so my mom, when she was here, she helped me make cabbage rolls, and pierogies I have made before as well, so I need to make some for myself. And I guess I just need to get a good bannock recipe and try making it myself. And I have a fire pit outside, so I could even like do the bannock on a stick over the fire. No excuses. I just have to learn to cook Canadian. Yep. So what else is new with everyone? Me and Steve were talking about grandkids today. We don't have any yet, but we were wondering what we should be called. So where I'm from, again, Indigenous Cree, on the prairies, it is, for grandma is Cookum, and for grandpa it is Mushum, so Cookum and Mushum. For Ukrainian it is Baba and Guido. And for Steve, his one, he had a grandma, one that he called grandma and one that he called Nana. So you know, you can do Nan, Nana. That's what, when Samantha said Nan on there, it reminded me, Nana, Nan. Yeah, we don't know what we're going to be called. Samantha says, I love the bread in Turkey with the garlic butter. I don't know what that is specifically, if it's like, if it's some type of naan bread or what, but I loved all the food in Turkey. So that just reminded me that I should make some tabbouleh, which is, I think tabbouleh, I think it might be, you can get it in Turkey as well, but I think it's Lebanese. Tabbouleh, it's like sort of like homemade salsa, like with like cilantro or coriander. That's the same thing. It's just a different name depending where you're from. And tomato and onion and like lemon or lime juice. And I think in tabbouleh you have like a cracked wheat. Not cracked wheat. It's like, bulgur wheat. So it's really tiny, like little, yeah, bulgur wheat, B-U-L-G-A-R. I don't know. I'll find a recipe for tabbouleh and I'll put it in the thing on the bottom. And Deanna says, I call mine Nana and Grampy. We called ours Grandma and Grandpa on both sides. We just used their last names, so Grandma McDermott and Grandma Malone. And both of my grandpas were passed away before I was born. But, and then my cousins had a grandma who was French, and we called her ma mère. But you say grandma mère or grandpapa. But Papa, you know, Papa and when I was a kid, I mean, when I was younger, I always thought that I would be like Granny and Pappy, but Steve doesn't like Pappy, so I don't mind being called Granny. But at the same time, that seems like something I might be called when I have like great grandkids, like when I accept white hair and feel like I'm older than I am right now. I don't know if Granny really suits me. But like I said, there's no grandkids yet, so we still have time to decide, and it might come down to the kids and what they want their kids to call us. So we'll see. Anybody else have any ideas or names that you call your grandma and granddad? Again, like Baba and Guido, Cook 'em and Mush 'em. Hello, Roberta. I hope you're doing well. Yes. So, I am so happy to see everyone when you guys sign on, even if it's just to say a quick hello. Deanna says, my one grandson calls me Old Granny. That's funny. And Roberta, which is Zippity LaFleur, she says, hi, Lisa. I prefer Glamma. That's funny, Glamma. So, Melody, my sister, who is watching, hates when her boys call her Mudder, M-U-D-D-E-R, instead of Mutter. So, we were laughing about G-Ma. Yo, G-Ma. And so, Melody, I thought it would be funny to call you Grandmother. And there was something that you guys just thought, wait, okay, Glamma, what was it again? Oh, well, like my dad went in his last few years of life, he was not the same person that I knew growing up. He's quite grouchy. So we used to call him Grouchy Grandpa. Melody's laughing. She put an emoji laughing at grandmother. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm just having a bit of baby fever for grandbabies. And the fact that Samantha is 19 weeks, over 19 weeks now. So, wait. Oh, Samantha, correct me if, am I wrong? Yeah, on Friday was 19 weeks, right? And Samantha says, I have a grandma in my dad's side and Nana on my mom's side. Yeah, Nana is quite common here. See, and you spelled Nana, N-A-N-A. I thought Nana was spelled N-A-N-N-A, but I guess it's like I guess it could be both ways. I don't know. So Samantha said yes. So 19 weeks. So before you know it, I will have another niece or nephew to spoil. And Samantha, I forgot to give you the gifts that I've already bought for the new baby. Hello, Staff, another person who doesn't use their real name. So hello, Corey, who is on my live. Say hello to Yvonne too if she's with you. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to my live. I don't know if you've ever watched before. This is just me rambling on about life and what's going on and whatever people write in the comments. Right now we're talking about what people called their grandma and grandpa. So, Corey, you grew up in Canada, but and I know your mom was there, obviously, but I don't know if any of your grandparents were in Canada. What would you be? So Corey originally, his heritage is from like Trinidad and Tobago. So is there a name that you would call your grandma and grandpa? And Samantha says, it annoys me because Nana is spelled Nana, N-A-N-A, but everywhere spells it N-A-N-N-A, and then laugh out loud. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Baba is B-A-B-A, and Guido is G-I-D-O. And, oh, and Steve told me what it is in German. No, he said grandfather. Oh, grandfather? It's like grandfather? I don't know. He said in German, and I said that would be good because, you know, we do fart a lot in this house. We're fartners for life, so grandfarter. But then I'd be I don't remember how to say it. Samantha says Baba is dad in Turkish. Well, yeah, that's confusing. Corey says, not that I know of, just grandma and grandpa. Pops, that's another one that people call their, you know, sometimes grandpa or even their dad, they call him Pops. Samantha says, my Uncle Ellis was called Pops instead of Granddad. Well, that's so funny because I just said that at the same time that you wrote it. But, yeah, I guess, like I said, I guess it's not necessarily up to us as well. It depends on the kids and what they want their kids to call us, as well as differentiating between us and the other grandparents is the biggest thing, right? Because, like you said, Samantha, if you have a nan and a grandma, then, you know, and like I said, we said the long forms, right? Grandma McDermott, Grandma Malone, Grandma Murray, which is my cousin's grandma, but which got kind of confusing, especially in the later years when my mom was a grandma, because my mom is Marie, so we're saying Grandma Marie, and Grandma Murray is M-U-R-Y, but if you say it fast, just like in this house, we were talking about that, like when people say Tom, and I'm like, what? And they're like, no, I didn't call you, I called Tom. And I'm like, oh, I thought you said mom. So, what else is new? So, if they called Uncle Ellis Pops, what did they call Auntie Tina, Samantha? Just curious. For Grandma. Maybe Nana? Nan? How many of you have nicknames? Do you like your nicknames? Who gave you your nicknames? And what are they? So, different nicknames that I have is Lilliput, was from my grandma, Grandma Malone. That's my mom's mom. And Lilliput, Lilliput, oh Lilliput, doo-doo-doo-doo. So, that's what my mom sings to me. And so sometimes I call her Mama Put. And another one is, as I've told this story years ago, Melody says one of her nicknames is Mojo, and Momo. And my other one is Lena, which was from my Uncle Bob. And when I was a kid, I hated it because nothing wrong with the name, but it just wasn't my name. So one time when we went to my Uncle Bob's, I hid under a chair on the porch and said I'm not coming into your house until you stop calling me Lena. And so he did stop calling me Lena. And he had a very deep voice, and he was a big farmer, and so he'd, Lena! And he was just loud, but it's funny because now our dog's name is Lena, and that's me shouting out the door, like, Lena! Just like my Uncle Bob. Melody says, Tina's kids call me Auntie Momo. And what do they call Auntie Lisa, Uncle Steve, like Daddy Pig? Yeah, there was something that you just reminded me of, something about Tina's kids, with something that they called one of us, but I don't remember what it was. But I have some of our cousins that they call me Cousin Lisa, not just Lisa, they call me Cousin Lisa. That is Cassadian, who was on last week. I think she stopped by to say hi, and her sister Carrie, his sister Carrie and his brother Christopher call me Cousin Lisa. So yes. Nicknames. Do I have any other ones? I don't even know. I can't even think. So, what else? This week, I can't believe it's March already. I'm so excited. So, like I said, Tuesday is Shrove Tuesday, which is also Pancake Tuesday. So, we will be making pancakes. And here in, Sky, you were asking about different things, but I can make pancakes myself. But here, the pancakes are more like thin, like crepes, and they put lemon juice and sugar on it, which is really nice. But I make American, Canadian style pancakes, like my mom's recipe, like nice and thick, and I drop a few chocolate chips in them, or blueberries, and yummy. And Karen calls me mercredi. Like Wednesday in French, Melody, is that what mercredi means? I know it means something in French, but am I pronouncing it right? Melamousse. That's another one. Melody, you have a lot of nicknames. Yes, Wednesday in Francais. Oh my goodness. What else to tell you guys about? I was going to do my live from the bedroom today because it was supposed to be like all chilled and relaxed because I've already done my workout and I just wanted to chill and relax. But because Steve is home, he got the bedroom and I did the regular using the curtains as the backdrop. Yeah. So, I don't know. We went for Subway for lunch. That was nice because we haven't had Subway in a long time. What? Melody says not pronouncing properly. Got to roll your R's. So mercredi. Is that it? Mercredi? So you're telling me that when Karen calls you mercredi, she rolls her R's every time she says it. You know what? I'm just gonna call you Mel. Yeah. Both Aurora and Erica, I guess, are doing really well in French in school, which makes me happy because I wanted to learn French and I took it for 6 years, but I'm just not good at it. It was just not computing with my brain. And Steve remembers some of his French from school, so he helps them, which is really good. So I would like Auntie Tina to practice with, I know that Tina speaks more like, and people from Canada speak more of a Canadian French. And here it's more of a France French, but it's enough that they can still practice together. So it's pretty cool that they are doing well with their Francais, because it's always good to have a second language. I don't have a second language. My phone says it's at 10%. Melody says Declan is in immersion, so French immersion. He can talk to the girls. Yeah, that would be great. He probably knows more than they do because of the French immersion. I don't know why this isn't working, because I have it plugged in, my light plugged into the same power bank that I have my phone plugged into. So we're at 40. I don't know if you could hear me right now. I'm just checking the cord to try and see if my phone will charge. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Says it's charging, but what we're gonna do is we have 15 minutes left of rambling, so I'll just talk for 15 minutes and hope that the 10% lasts, because obviously from 20% to 10% it lasted more than 15 minutes. Otherwise, if it cuts off mid-conversation, that will be the end of this rambling hour, and I will do better to charge my phone next time. You'd think I had one job, just make sure my phone is charged for the live that I do once a week. Yes, so what else is new and cool with you? Only Melody has told me her nicknames. Nobody else is willing to give them up. I give some of the kids nicknames. Allison is Alien, because if you take the C out of her name, because her name is spelled Alice with an N on the end, A-L-I-C-E-N. Take the C out, spelled Alien. Erica has been Stinkweed since she was a baby. And Aurora, well, we call her Rory. What else? I call Steve Stevie Bear, because he's like a big bear and he gives nice big bear hugs. Thomas is a tiger. Thomas is like a tiger. That would be like his animal. And Owen is like Garfield. A ginger, loves lasagna, just swallow it. Do you know what's cool? Amy doesn't have a middle name, but Amy's name is Amy. And my middle name is May, M-A-Y, and Amy is A-M-Y, so the same letters. So that's pretty neat. A little bit of tidbit for you there. Oh, there was something I was going to tell you guys. It had to do with the book I was reading, but now I can't remember it. I really need to take notes and tell you guys what's going on. I did just talk to my mom yesterday, I believe. Video chatted with her either yesterday or the day before, and she her furnace quit, and so she got a brand new furnace after like her old furnace was like maybe 35 years old. So that's what's exciting and new in my mom's world. But she'll find that her energy bills will be less, because it'll be more, you know, more, not only more environmentally friendly, but what's the word? What am I trying to say? Like, it'll be economic. Like, it'll be better with the new furnace. So, so speaking of Felicity and Declan, Felicity will be 4 years old in March. That is something that's coming up. And Danielle, Samantha's daughter, will be 4 in March as well. And Melody said efficient. Yes. Energy efficient. Yes, energy efficient. So she will save money on her bill for the furnace. Mama will be happy to know that in our guest house, the caravan, we are redoing the bathroom, and it will have, we're going to put a boiler in there, and so you will have hot showers and hot water to the guest house. So that is very exciting. Very, very exciting for anybody who's staying here, especially Mom when she comes to stay again. Samantha says, how are the girls this old already? I know, the babies are turning 4. And Melody says, yay! To the hot water, I'm supposing. So, yeah, like, my brain, let me compute. Oh, I don't know. I'm so bad at these things. One of the girls' birthdays, I think it's March 8th. You going to bed?
March 8th?
No, Danielle and Felicity.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hug and
You can come and say hi. And one of the girls is, so Declan's birthday is the 21st of July, so the 21st, and Brock, Melody's son, is the 19th of September. And my phone just told me that my Apple Watch is fully charged, but my phone is nearly dead. Oh, that was my fault because I knocked it down.
Sorry. Hopefully the teachers don't say anything about my hair.
Okay, come and sit on my lap. Come and sit on my lap wearing one of my hoodies and say hello to everyone.
Hello.
To everyone.
Hello, everyone.
This is my baby. Samantha, you said how the kids are growing up. This is my baby sitting on my lap. And she's 16.
I have to like crouch down because
I know, in September she'll be 17. She's taller than me too, so she's gonna like fall on the floor if I let her go. So yes, and so I can't remember the girls' birthdays. I know that they're a couple weeks apart, and I know they're both in March, but my brain is not working. I think one of the girls, and I don't know which one, Felicity and Danielle, is on the 8th or 9th, and another one is a few weeks after that, but my brain is just not working. 24th maybe? I have no idea. Anyways, sleep well. I love you.
Love you too.
Say bye to Vera.
Hopefully they don't say anything.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. Love you.
Although I've got, if you look there, it's like a black streak.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, bye.
Bye. Night. Love you.
Love you. Auntie Melody said your makeup looks good. She says thank you as she shouts and goes. Danielle is the 20th. Oh, I was close. I said 24th. And Melody, do you remember Felicity's birthday? Because Tina's not watching right now. Is it the 8th or 9th? Might have won one of them. But that is exciting. So actually, now that we're talking about that, I better get my thoughts of what a 4-year-old needs for their birthday. And Melody doesn't remember her niece's birthday either. So I'm not going to feel so bad. My hair looks great for going to bed. Melody says not good with birthdays. Samantha, not the 9th as it's George's birthday. Yeah, but is George... Yeah, but there was 3 of them born on the same... Isn't George... Is that your Auntie Tina's grandson? Wasn't he born on the same day as Felicity? And then our friend Brian and Yvonne, their grandson Archer was born on the same day as Felicity. So Samantha, is George Auntie Tina's grandson? Okay, I mean, I don't need to wait for her to respond. I can talk about something else. I'm going to have a drink of my, not wine, just pop. Auntie Kay's grandson, I thought it was Felicity's then George's. Maybe it is, so maybe hers is on the 8th. But when did Auntie Tina have a grandson born, like around then too? I can't remember. I thought there was 2 more babies born on the same day as Felicity. So, yeah. Oh, thanks. I don't know if it's the power bank or the charging lead. How did you know?
Dad's watching you live.
Ah, Steve's watching my live. How embarrassing. We got another power bank. We'll see if this keeps my phone going. Yeah.
He's listening.
He's listening. Doesn't hear me ramble enough at home already. So we're almost at 53 minutes anyways. Let me just check if that's where. I don't even know if you guys heard me while I was doing that. I don't know. I think it's the cord, so we'll just go until my phone dies or until I'm done 1 hour. Oh, my legs are hurting. Yes, yes, the kids are growing up so fast, I cannot believe. But Samantha, don't worry because Danielle will be 4, but soon enough you're gonna have another baby to do it all over again. Shitty diapers and all that fun stuff. And I'll get the fun stuff like I get to snuggle and I get to love them and give them gifts and everything else, and you can do the hard part. Yes, and I'm just Auntie Lisa to Samantha's kids. So Easter decorations I have not put out yet. I have the St. Patrick's decorations out, but this takes priority. So nothing's more important than this right now in the world. So please, again, send your prayers and positive energy to Ukraine and to those that are suffering. I realize there's war in other places in the world right now, so it's, you know. Tina put baby pics up of Felicity on the 12th of March. Okay, but Auntie Lilliput. Yes, I am Auntie Lilliput. So the island Lilliput in Gulliver's Travels is spelled like Liliputt or something. And my nickname is Leleputt. Oh, and I guess Peppertooth is one of my nicknames. How could I forget that? That's something that I put everywhere. Peppertooth, like, is my nickname from my sister Tina, because my teeth are really close together, and I love pepper. So no matter what I have pepper on, I always seem to get pepper stuck in my teeth. And yeah, so my sister Tina made up the nickname years ago as Peppertooth. So I've used that for my writing, for my photography, for my Instagram, like for so many things. So Peppertooth is another nickname I have. Samantha just said not sure if she was born then. Not a big deal, but we know that Felicity and Danielle will both be 4 already. And what do 4-year-olds need? What are the best gifts for a 4-year-old girl? I mean, again, unisex toys are fine, but you know what I mean. These girls, what do they want? What is a good gift for a 4-year-old? Steve is really good at finding gifts for people. I like practical gifts, so I'm not sure that I always give the best gifts, because it's something that is usable instead of always like something that somebody wants. Samantha says nothing. They need nothing. And I think Tina would say the same thing. She doesn't want her house clogged up with junk and stuff. So Samantha says clothes or a medal for their moms. And Melody says can never go wrong with Peppa Pig. I know, I thought about that too, because, you know, when we moved here, like, Erica was like 7, so she was really into Peppa Pig, but now we have all this Peppa Pig stuff, and I was like, But, yes, clothes works well as well, because they grow so quickly that, that they don't fit the clothes for long. Anything else? So pancakes on Tuesday, and shopping for 4-year-old birthday gifts. That's what I have to do this week. What else? You guys remind me. Is there anything else I have to do this week? Gardening, being in the sunshine, if the sun is shining, and taking care of my family. And maybe I'll try and, like, if there's a rainy day, maybe play board games with my kids if they want to play. Maybe I'll just sit there by myself and make them feel bad that I'm all alone. We have a cupboard full of board games, so it's not like we don't have anything to choose from. And we have lots of decks of cards, so I can definitely teach them how to play Nerds. Yeah, Melody, it's funny because both times you spelt nerds, it either autocorrected to nerds, or you just don't know how to spell. So, yes. Again, for those of you watching now, Nerds is a game sort of like Solitaire, but you play it with more than one person, and for as many people that are playing, you have that many decks of cards. And it's fun, and we played it growing up, and it was fun. I mean, I haven't even taught, like, Crazy 8, War, like, well, the kids know how to play War, I think, but I don't play any card games anymore. Nerds is the real name? With a T? We called it Nerds, but I didn't even know that it had a real name per se. Yeah, we called it Nerds, but so you're telling me that the proper name for the game is with a T. Cool. So then if people want to look up the rules, they can look up Nerds with a T, Nerts, and look up the rules for that card game, and then you'll know how to play. Well, my lovelies, I don't know what time it is, but I'm guessing we're close to. Yeah, we're at 58 minutes and 24 seconds. So, now I just made myself too bright. So, I will start doing the closing. I'm just going to bring this closer. Now, I'm not going to smile for it because this is a sad, sad thing. I know it's backwards right now, no war please, but I'll do a screenshot of it and it'll be the right way when I reverse it. Racing Demon? I'm guessing you are talking about the game and not a nickname for me. Why does my hair look this good when I'm going to bed? Ridiculous. Not that I go out much, but jeepers. I don't know, I'm stopped waiting like somebody's going to say something. I'm the only person here. Yes, Melody said Racing Demon is another name for nerds. It's so weird. We call it nerds because we were all nerds playing games, hanging out with our siblings. But we have a close family and I love that about it. And as my friends from Canada who signed on today, like Roberta and Corey know, because I've known them since we were little ones, that our house was a house that was full of love and always welcoming to everybody. And I hope that me and Steve have that same type of house for people that I had growing up, because my parents were lovely and are lovely, because my mom's still going on this earth and dad is still a lovely spirit in the spirit world. So, my lovelies, I am going to hang out with my husband and eat some soup and read a book and do whatever else and get rid of this stupid headache that was not caused by you guys. I hope you guys had a lovely rambling hour with me, the host, Lisa, and I am planning on having some more guests coming up, and I just need to get my butt in gear and do that. What else? So you guys have a lovely week coming up, and let me know what you guys have done next Sunday, same time, same place, and I don't know what the topic will be, because that's what it is, just rambling about whatever. All right, have a good night and have a good week, and we'll see you guys next week. I love you. Bye. And I'll charge my phone next week. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm prepared better than this. But, you know, I'll probably be late because it's me. Love you guys. Bye.